This is Today in Central New York on NBC3.
With all the cold weather we've been experiencing lately, dairy farmers here in Central New York have been feeling the impacts.
This morning, Brandon Roth is live at Easy Acres Dairy Farm in Homer. Brandon?
It's like all we do.
Hey, good morning, guys. Yeah, it is cold out here this morning, and that has been the problem all winter. This cold weather makes it tough for dairy farmers. And to talk about that, we have one of our favorite, my mouth's not working, dairy farmers, Mike McMahon. It's cold. It's been a cold winter.
It certainly has.
Yeah.
We haven't seen anything like this in quite a long time, Brandon. It's brutal. It's brutal.
And it makes for some challenges to run your operation in all dairy farmers.
Yeah, it does. It's like my brother says, what takes us a half an hour to do in the summertime takes us half a day here. You know, it's a challenge to keep water to the animals, make sure that your crew is safe. You know, in these kinds of temperatures, it's really important to pay attention to the details. Make sure the diets are high in energy so the animals can take care of themselves.
Let's get a shot, Craig. Take a shot at while we're taking a look at some of the cows, and talk about, like, one of the problems is the ice freezes when you have to give them water.
Right, that's correct. Yeah, so we're always on top of that. It seems like we spend a portion of every day thawing water pipes and chipping ice and keeping fresh water to the animals. It's really important.
So here's the question on it. Everybody's asking. It's not just costing you time, obviously. It's costing you money.
Costs us money, too.
For the folks back at home, does that mean that we could be seeing higher milk prices?
No, unfortunately, that doesn't equate. We wish it did, but it doesn't. No.
Right.
No, our costs are higher because, you know, the feed is more expensive because it's higher energy. We have to buy, you know, supplements to keep the energy higher. We're having to plug in all of our diesel engines constantly to keep them from gelling and freezing. It's a myriad of things. Labor is much higher because you're doing things like chipping ice and just to keep the system going all day. It's expensive.
And you're gonna so basically it's gonna keep up until it warms up.
Yeah, it's gonna keep up till it warms up.
Right. Well, there you have it. But again, you know, coming up, we're gonna take a look. Maybe coming up, we'll see if we can take a little bit more look here. But you heard it, guys. It's been a tough winter for everyone, and dairy farmers have it tough, and they're not going to be able to charge more, but that means they're going to be making less money again. So it's a tough times for the industry again this winter. We're live at Easy Acres Dairy Farm in Homer. Brandon Roth for Today in Central New York.
And one of the biggest industries in New York State. It's going to be a tough year for them.
Of course, it's been really cold outside lately, and we're not the only ones that are dealing with it. It's really having an effect on farmers here in Central New York.
Dairy farmers especially. This morning, Brandon Roth is live at Easy Acres Dairy Farm in Homer. Brandon?
Hey, good morning, guys. That's right. It's been a tough winter for everyone, especially dairy farmers. And we're here with one of our favorite dairy farmers, Mike McMahon, Easy Acres. And Mark, it's not just you guys, but you represent all dairy farmers across Central New York, right? It's the same story.
Yeah, it's New York State. It's wintertime in New York State, and it's difficult. So,
One of the things, the problem people realize is the labor is so labor intensive. Like, the water, for example, freezes.
Yeah, water freezes, manure freezes, and we have to deal with it all day. We've got to make sure that all of our animals, and there's over 1,300 on our farm, have got, you know, ample fresh water every day. It's extra work that we don't normally have to do.
The manure is interesting because normally you're able to, now it freezes, so it's a lot harder to get rid of.
Yeah, it all has to be done mechanically instead of being able to be pumped, and you know, it just goes through the holes in the floor and goes into a tank. None of that works.
And you actually have a guy that chops up their water. You have to chop.
We've got a guy that comes in almost every day, and all he does is chop. Just keep the ice off and keep the water going to the animals.
How much more labor do you think it's costing for dairy farmers? This kind of winter that we've had.
It's hard to say. I mean, my brother says, and I agree with him, that what takes a half an hour to do in the summer takes a half a day in the wintertime. So, you know, there's a lot of costs that come up. You know, it's just we have to increase the energy levels in the feed. That's expensive.
And it's tough because you guys are already in a tough spot. And now It's not like milk prices are going to go up because those prices are fixed.
So those prices are dropping.
Yeah.
Milk prices dropping, and so no, we can't charge more for our milk to cover these costs.
Right. So you already had a small profit margin. It's going to get even tougher for dairy farmers after this winter.
Oh yeah.
This winter has made it tough.
This winter has made it tough for sure.
Yeah. Well, spring's supposedly coming.
That's what they say.
We'll see about that. But, well, thanks for having us again. Guys, you heard them. You know, it's tough. Milk prices are going down. It's already been a tough time for the dairy industry, and this winter is just making things tougher for them. But hopefully, Matt Stevens can let us know it's going to warm up soon. But for now, tough times here for dairy farmers this winter. We're live at Easy Acres Dairy Farm in Homer. Brandon Roth for Today in Central New York.